France was quite frustrated at the end of World War II. The former European land power was actually using international-made weapons, which clearly did not fit its status as a major power. As a result, France formulated a series of plans for the development of domestic weapons, including heavy artillery. The M50 155mm Howitzer, which entered service in 1952, was the country's first domestically designed and manufactured howitzer after World War II. At that time, the M50 was a decent heavy weapon, and choosing the 155mm caliber both conformed to the tradition of the French Army and aligned with later NATO standards. However, some outdated design elements could also be seen in the M50, which may be related to the technological gap that France experienced during World War II. The combat weight of the gun was 8,100 kg, with a .30 caliber barrel and muzzle brakes mounted on both sides of the barrel. The length of the barrel, including the muzzle brake, was 4.41 meters, and the gun tail used the interrupted screw breech locking system widely used in France in the past. The firing rate of the gun was 3 to 4 rounds per minute, which decreased to 1 to 2 rounds per minute during sustained firing. The gun used a split trail carriage, with 2 rubber tires installed on each side, and the tires had air compression brakes operated by the driver of the towing vehicle, allowing for high-speed towing during marches. Below the carriage, there was a circular base that needed to be deployed in advance during combat. The elevation angle of the barrel was 40 to 69, with a left firing sector of 34 and a right firing sector of 42. The M50 could fire domestically produced shells with a maximum range of 17.7 km when firing French-made high-explosive shells. Later, the development of rocket-assisted projectiles increased the range to 23 km. If the gun fired American-made M107 155mm shells, the maximum range was only about 15 kilometers. Based solely on the range and firing rate of the gun, the M50 howitzer was considered a decent weapon in the 1950s. However, the 1960s and 1970s marked a period of great development for 155mm caliber howitzers, as NATO had already decided to make 155mm and 105mm the standard calibers for field howitzers. The range of the howitzers was increasing, and the M50 quickly fell behind the latest models of howitzers. After its introduction, the M50 became the standard howitzer for the French Army divisions, with nearly 1,000 units produced in total. It was also exported to several countries including Sweden, Israel, and Morocco, proving to be a successful military product. The gun played an important role in Israel, where it was installed on modified M4A4 Sherman tank chassis to create self-propelled howitzers, with approximately 120 units modified. The regular French Army continued to use the M50 howitzer until the 1980s, while the reserve forces used it until the late 1990s, when it was replaced by the domestically developed TRF-1 howitzer.